I call to order the special closed session of the Mayor and City Council at 5:31 p.m. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being here, and thank you to those viewing remotely. Mayor Pro Tem, would you be willing to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Oh, actually, Councilmember Ortiz, would you be? Please rise. Thank you, Councilwoman. Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Sanchez?
Here.
Councilmember Ibarra is not present. Mayor Pro Tem?
Here.
Councilmember Charette? Here. Okay. Councilmember Canas is on her way. Councilmember Flores?
Present.
Councilmember Ortiz?
Here.
And Mayor Tran?
Here. Thank you. Moving on to public comments for closed session. Madam City Clerk, do we have any public comments?
We do not.
Okay, no public comments. Okay. Oh. Any questions from council members? Councilmember Flores, did you have a question or?
Oh, yes. It was a point of inquiry just on agenda item number 2. What exactly were we going to be discussing?
Mr. City Attorney?
I understand that we have a consultant that is going to be joining us. Is that right, Genoveva?
Yes.
Okay. And so the process, setting goals, weighing feedback, those things that were discussed at the last meeting, this is a follow-up to that. I don't want to go into too much details because we're going to talk about it in closed session, but is that enough to answer your question?
Thank you. Councilmember Ortiz, did you have a question?
Yeah, well, would we not need a publicly executed contract approved by council to come forward first to work with a consultant? And then 2, how come it wasn't agendized the same way it was last time if that's what we're doing? I'm missing that part.
Sure, it's a fair question. There is no contract prepared. There is nothing before the council.
If I may interrupt, I believe you're referring to an executed contract with the consultant.
Wouldn't we need to approve that publicly? Or is
excuse me.
Yeah.
No, you do not.
And there is an executed contract, so I had that today and I meant to send it over.
How come we don't have to vote on it publicly?
It's under the signing authority so that it does, because of the dollar threshold, it doesn't have to come in open session to be approved.
Under whose signing authority?
The threshold to come to council is over 100,000, if I remember correctly. And this dollar threshold, do you recall the exact dollar amount?
It was under my signing authority.
So under the city clerk's signing authority, that's why.
Which is under 50,000.
So I don't remember us authorizing the city clerk to sign anything under her purview. I remember our direction was the city attorney, but I didn't know that you had a signing authority either. I didn't know the signing, other than the city manager, I wasn't aware that anybody had a signing authority.
We can discuss it further in closed
Well,
session.
I want to make sure before we go into closed session, and if we were supposed to have a publicly voted, I've always seen contracts come before council, so I just want to make sure we do, and then because this isn't agendized as process, or as we have been previously agendizing this topic, that's where my concern comes from.
You have an adopted procurement policy
Okay.
that has come before the council, and in that procurement policy, it says that certain individuals like the city clerk have signing authority up to $50,000, and those contracts do not have to come to the city council for approval. This is one of those kinds of contracts, and that's why it didn't come before you in open session.
Do you have the same, does the city attorney have the same authority? Because that's who we designated the contract to, not to the city clerk. That's why that's my question.
Is this appropriate discussion? This is not agendized. This is really, we're talking about a
I'm asking
procurement
for
process.
clarification.
This is really not, you've
Councilmember-
answered the question that she has authority to sign.
No, but
And,
we didn't give the city clerk any authority. That's
the-
why I have this concern. I'm not asking, the city clerk wasn't authorized for anything. That's why I'm just asking.
Yes, it was. We directed staff. We directed
No.
staff.
We directed the city attorney, which the city attorney doesn't have signing authority in our city, which is, again, why I'm just asking for clarification under our procurement standards.
For the record, we have Councilmember Ibarra and Councilmember Canas joining us.
So, my advice is, we're getting into the substance of what was discussed in closed session, so I don't want us to go any further.
Okay.
Because we should not be talking about that unless the full council votes to waive privilege and to talk about it openly.
Right. What I don't want to see happen is that because people believe that something can or cannot be said in closed session, that then we're going to come in public and pretend like there's been other direction, because the direction was very clear. And so I don't feel comfortable having a consultant come in the room if we are not going correctly through our procurement process with the direction we give. Now, we can, if we want to move this into closed session and keep the consultant out while we clarify the record, I'm happy to do that, but I just want to make sure that there's no missteps in what should have been done publicly and versus what anybody's authority is to do.
I hear your concerns, and it is my legal opinion that no missteps have been made. And to ease your concern, when we go into closed session, we can start just us, the council,
Okay.
myself, and the clerk, without any consultants, and we can talk about it further then.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate that.
Thank you. All right, we will now go into closed session at 5:44 p.m. We are back from closed session. It's 9:17 p.m. Mr. City Attorney, is there anything to report from closed session?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. In closed session, the mayor and city council has decided to appoint a new acting city manager effective immediately. That person is Tanya Romo. There was a motion made by Councilwoman Ortiz. It was seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Figueroa, and the vote was unanimous. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. The meeting is now adjourned at 9:18 p.m. The next joint regular meeting of the Mayor and City Council and the Mayor and City Council acting as the successor agency to the Redevelopment Agency, and the Mayor and City Council acting as the San Bernardino City Housing Authority, and the Mayor and City Council of the City of San Bernardino acting as the San Bernardino Joint Powers Finance Authority will adjourn to the regular meeting to be held on February 19th, 2025, at the Feldheim Central Library located at 555 West 6th Street, San Bernardino, California, 92401. Closed session will begin at 4 p.m. and open session will begin at 5 p.m. Thank you so much. Have a good night, everyone.